Welcome back to the Press Box for another new edition. We've kicked Mark Haskell out and welcomed Ken Waltz into the picture now. Mark will be back on Monday with me to talk about the local wrap-up, but today Ken and I have a nice Patriots fan segment to talk about because we're Super Bowl champions once again, Ken. How does it feel as a Patriots fan? It's awesome.
So unexpected, but so sweet.
You know, this is weird. I'm not used to this awesome, happy vibe coming from somebody because normally Mark's the Eagles fan.
Yeah, Mark's got the somber.
Once again, here we go again.
Here we go again.
But think about it. 2 out of the past 3 years, Tom Brady still great as ever. It's amazing what these Patriots have done in the past couple of years.
I think this year is more remarkable because I think at times we as Patriot fans thought, well, geez, they're showing a little bit of a downward trend. Maybe this isn't their year, you know? And then all of a sudden they just put it together and the rest is history, as they say. So exciting stuff.
Yeah, it was actually, 13-3 Patriots win. And I have to say, if you hear these odd noises coming from the room, that's because I have my son with me at the moment, and he's sitting over here talking to himself. So that's what you hear.
And he's a Patriot fan.
And he's a Patriots fan, too. He has a Patriots pacifier. He's got the onesie. He's got the whole shebang. But anyway, back to the Super Bowl. 13-3 Patriots win. The lowest scoring Super Bowl in history, which is unbelievable to think about, these two offenses going against one another, but the defenses are the ones that stepped up to think about that.
It was incredible. I mean, who would have thought that?
I
mean, in a season where I think there were record points scored and everybody was throwing the ball all over the place, it amazed me that Belichick and his coaches decided that they needed to go old school, run the ball, control the line of scrimmage, and not pass as much, and obviously play better defense. And that was the keys to them turning it around. It's amazing.
I think it was awesome because Brian Flores, who's now going to be the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, so he's gone. So the second year in a row, the Patriots lose their defensive coordinator after the regular season. Yeah. And for the Patriots defense was, I think, a totally different Patriots defense from what we've seen in the past. They actually had a pass rush. Dante Hightower actually played in the Super Bowl for the first time in I don't know how many years. And it was just nice to see, especially the pass rush. I couldn't get over how great that was to put that pressure on Jared Goff.
They seemed aggressive, and they seemed to be confusing to the opposition a lot of times. They did a good job against Phillip Rivers. They did a good job against Goff, obviously. They did a decent job against Mahomes, at least for a half. So obviously they did a lot of stuff that they were confusing, and they were stunting, and they were sending different people, and it was exciting. It was exciting to see the defense carry the day, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it really was exciting, and my son was excited about it too, as you heard him screaming over here. But I think one of the other big storylines of the playoffs, not just for the Super Bowl, was the Patriots' offensive line. Oh, yeah. Well, I think they allowed 1 sack, which was in the Super Bowl. Yeah. I think Aaron Donald or Ndamukong Suh got Tom Brady, but that Patriots' offensive line from years past was just totally dominant. After losing their 2 tackles.
Absolutely. The new guy, number 77.
Trent Brown.
Trent Brown, he's just a massive man. He did a great job, and so did the regulars that they've had, Andrews at center and Mason, I guess is another guy. A lot of them did a great job. And their assistant coach, Scarnecchia, just a tremendous, and he's a Hall of Fame type coach as far as what he knows how to do, and he gets the most out of that group. And this year, they frankly, in the playoffs, dominated some very talented defensive players.
Yeah, they really did. Like you brought it up before when they played San Diego, when they had Joey Bosa for their defensive line. And then the Kansas City has a great defensive line, even though their defense is kind of suspect. And Mark and I talked about it last week. The Kansas City and San Diego combined for 90 sacks during the regular season. They didn't get to Tom Brady once. No. And the Rams only got to Tom Brady once. And Aaron Donald had 20.5 sacks and now he's the 2-time reigning Defensive Player of the Year. And not to mention Ndamukong Suh and Dante Fowler, the defensive end they got from the Jaguars. So it's not like they were going up against scrubs, so to speak. Oh, no.
Those are all talented defensive players, and they found a way to neutralize them through obviously running the ball, blocking well at the line of scrimmage, play action passes, whatever it took. They disrupted everything else the defense wanted to do for these other teams, which is remarkable in this day and age, quite frankly.
Yeah. One of the things that kind of bothered me after the game was over is that people were saying this Super Bowl was one of the most boring games they've ever watched. And you have to think about it. I mean, what were you expecting? Did you want to see when the Saints played the Rams early in the regular season, like a 54-51 shootout? I like a defensive battle. I thought it was awesome to see the Pats hold the Rams to a punt, a missed field goal attempt or a field goal, an interception or a fumble or something like that. Defensive battles are just fun to watch, for me at least. I don't know how you felt.
Well, it's interesting because last year, the teams went up and down the field.
Yeah, exactly.
We know that, the Eagles and the Patriots. and whoever had the ball last or made a defensive stop was going to win the game. And there was how many yards? 500 yards for Brady or whatever. This year, everything was like pulling teeth. But as who said this? Edelman. A pretty loss is not as good as a ugly win or whatever. And that's what they did basically.
Yep.
They won ugly and they won old school. And I thought that was cool.
Yeah. So I have to ask, do you think we should bring the third Patriots fan that's in this room onto the
of course
onto
we
camera?
Absolutely.
All right, so quick intermission. Let me go grab him real quick. He's not too happy right now, sitting in the car seat.
Here he comes.
Here comes the third
Here he
Patriots
comes.
fan.
Hi, buddy.
Mark and I have talked about him.
Hey, buddy.
Now he's making his TV
I
debut.
like your hair.
Say hello to Everett, everybody. This is my son, 5 months old. He's not sure who Ken is right now, that's for sure.
But that's okay. We know he's a Patriot fan.
He's a Patriots
We
fan.
know he's a Patriot fan, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, look at it, all smiles
All
and everything.
smiles.
Yeah, can you say hi to everybody, buddy? Look over here. Yeah, look over there. Say hi. Yeah, you're not too sure what's going on right now. The bright lights, huh? So anyway, back to the Patriots. What do you think of next year? How many more years do you think Tom Brady's going to play?
Probably 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I would say 2 or 3. I mean, I think he's showed a little bit of slowing down this year. Not too much, but I think he's got a few more years left in him. The biggest thing is I don't think guys like Gronk will be back, and I think Devin McCourty might retire and some other people. But I think Tom will go for a few more years.
And
probably.
I think that's incredible to see the run that he's been on. I mean, granted, he takes care of his body in the offseason. He has this whole TB12 workout, and his meals, granted, he can have a personal chef and everything like that. So it's like that. But I think I'm along the lines with you. I agree with you. About 2 years he has left. That's also our poll question up on our website, Village Soup, knox.villagesoup.com. You can click on that underneath the sports tab and click on that and go vote to see how many years he'll have left to play, so let your voice be heard on that. But it doesn't really matter how many years he has left because he hasn't declined in almost 20 years.
He hasn't. He's just learned. He's so smart. He's so intelligent as far as the game is concerned. And I think that his physical skills, he keeps his, like you say, he stays in tremendous shape, flexible. He's just so good. He likes to use the term, I have answers to the test, or whatever he said before. And understandably, when you get older, you do slow down a little bit, but he just works really hard to stay on top of his game, and we're very, very lucky as Patriots fans to have him.
Yeah, past 17, 18 years we've had
Incredible.
a Hall of Fame
Incredible.
quarterback,
Incredible.
and one position that we haven't had to worry about all those years, whereas every other team seems to have had a quarterback problem.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe except for like the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Excuse me, who've had Big Ben for almost as long as Tom Brady, but you know what? Tom Brady has 6 Super Bowls to show for it, whereas I think Big Ben has 2. So I'll take Tom Brady over Big Ben any day.
What are you looking at?
What do you think,
Are
buddy?
you looking at me?
You think Tom Brady? Yes. Oh, also, I've mentioned this in my column that since he's been alive, since he was born back in September, the Red Sox and the Patriots have both won championships. So he's 2 for 2. I just want to say that.
That's
so
awesome.
He's our good luck charm here in New
I'm
England.
sorry,
No,
I'm
you
sorry.
don't think so?
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it's okay, buddy. It's okay. All right. Well, I think it's about time to wrap this up here for the press box. Ken's sitting in for Mark. Mark will be back. We'll be back on Monday to break down the local scene with all the basketball and all that'll be done. We'll be getting on into playoff time and another busy week for us. And then the week after that is an even busier week once we get into tournament time. But that's a whole different animal that Mark and I will tackle. So thank you, Ken, for joining us. And you'll be looking for Ken because he'll be on more press boxes as we go forward. And maybe we'll have a nice 3-person press box where we
Maybe
can
we'll.
really
That'd be cool.
debate the old, the middle, and the young ages. And
A 4-person.
a 4-person. Yeah, right?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I just have a vibe about me. I don't know what it is.
Buddy. I know, Ken's kind of scary, but that's okay. Yeah, you're fine now. Well, for Ken and Everett, I'm Zach, and this has been the Press Box.